Listen to the ticking of the clock. That is the sound of the matrix auditing your architecture. For the past month, the unawakened masses have been living in a chaotic, fiery dream. They have been purchasing the illusion of power. They have been decorating their lives with aesthetics, loud declarations, and beautiful facades. They have been running on the dopamine of how things look, entirely ignoring the heavy, brutal mathematics of how things actually are. They are bleeding capital in the dark, and they do not even know it. Look at the celestial algorithm. Today is July 11th. The planetary engine has just executed a massive, ruthless structural shift. Venus, the energetic center of gravity, the planet of wealth, capital, and resource accumulation, has left the loud, theatrical stage of Leo. It has just plummeted into the cold, sterile, uncompromising surgical theater of Virgo. This is the day the universe demands to see your receipts. If you are operating your reality based on feelings, estimations, and aesthetic illusions, July 11th is the day the floor will collapse beneath you. If you do not know the exact mathematical density of your resources, this transit will strip you of all your capital. In this transmission, we are going to dissect the esoteric physics of Venus in Virgo. We are going to permanently eradicate the disease of approximation from your mind. And I am going to teach you the protocol of the sovereign ledger, how to lock your reality into a flawless, freezing blue grid of absolute, impenetrable order. Stop pretending. Open the ledger. The audit begins now. To survive the financial and energetic shockwave of today's transit, you must understand the exact thermodynamics of the energy you are handling. Venus governs what you value. It rules the gravitational pull of your wealth, your physical resources, and the heavy concrete capital you use to build your empire. Virgo is the archetype of the surgeon, the analyst, and the absolute perfectionist. It is an earth sign, ruled by the cold intellect of Mercury. Virgo does not care about romance. Virgo does not care about luxury. Virgo only cares about flawless, unquestionable, mathematical utility. When Venus enters Virgo, the planet of wealth is forced to operate under the laws of extreme metric precision. The unawakened world hates this transit. They view Venus in Virgo as the death of beauty. They feel restricted by the sudden demand for order. They want to continue living in the chaotic red glitch of manifestation and abundance mindsets, without ever looking at the cold, hard numbers on their balance sheet. The Matrix does not reward delusion today. The Matrix punishes it with extreme prejudice. If you are spending your energetic or physical capital on things that simply look good, but offer zero measurable mathematical return on investment, Uranus and Pluto will use the Virgo frequency to sever your access to the grid. You cannot outrun the math. If your input-to-output equation is mathematically flawed, your empire is not an empire. It is a fragile glass house waiting for a single stone to shatter it. Today, we take the stone, and we shatter the glass ourselves. Let us audit your current operational geometry. Right now, in some sector of your reality, you are operating on approximation. You think you know how much capital you are expending. You feel like you are making progress. You guess that your energetic investments are yielding a positive return. I think, I feel, and I guess are the vocabulary of the victim. Approximation is a microscopic structural leak in the concrete wall of your empire. When you estimate your metrics, you are leaving a gap in your architecture. And in esoteric physics, water will always find the crack. Look at your resource architecture. Do you know the exact decimal point cost of the energy you are expending today? Do you know the precise mathematical conversion rate of the effort you put into the matrix versus the heavy capital you extract from it? If you do not know these numbers down to the absolute microscopic fraction, you are not a sovereign architect. You are a tourist wandering blindly through a casino, hoping the algorithm takes pity on you. The algorithm has no pity. The weak try to build beautiful realities. They want the aesthetic of success. They want the title, the visual, and the applause. But they refuse to sit in the dark, heavy silence and look at the terrifying spreadsheet of their actual existence. True architectural power is not beautiful. It is brutally, undeniably functional. If your geometry is not perfectly balanced, if your ledger is bleeding red static, the matrix will strip you of your resources until you are forced to learn the mathematics of survival. Look at the archetype on your screen. This is the esoteric, brutalist visualization of the Knight of Pentacles. In the unawakened tarot, the Knight of Pentacles is often viewed as the most boring, the slowest, and the least glamorous knight in the deck. He does not ride a fiery steed. He does not swing a flashy sword. He simply walks, slowly and relentlessly, staring at a single, heavy coin. The unawakened think boredom is a weakness. The sovereign architect knows that absolute boredom is the highest frequency of accumulated wealth. Massive, indestructible capital is not built through adrenaline. It is not built through chaotic flashes of inspiration. It is built through the terrifying, heavy, relentless execution of perfect mathematical repetition. Look closely at the sovereign. They are not running. They are not rushing. Every single step is calculated. They do not walk on the chaotic dirt of hope. They force the ground to become a spreadsheet before they transfer their weight onto it. This is the psychological state you must weaponize today. You must become the spreadsheet sovereign. You must rip the emotional attachment away from your resources and view your life as a raw, sterile data set. When you look at your capital, you do not see freedom, you do not see status, and you do not see luxury. You see columns, you see rows, you see the heavy iron reality of the ledger. When you submit to the boredom of perfect order, you become mathematically immune to the chaotic fluctuations of the matrix. You do not lose your capital because your capital is locked inside a freezing sapphire grid that the external world cannot penetrate. The physics are established. The illusion of vanity has been destroyed. Now we execute the protocol of the sovereign ledger. For the duration of this Venus in Virgo transit, you are operating under a strict mathematical lockdown. You will apply the discipline of a surgeon operating on a vital organ. There is no room for a trembling hand. Execute these 3 mandates to secure your foundation and prevent the hemorrhage of your capital. Mandate 1. The eradication of approximation. The moment this transmission ends, you will open your actual, literal data architecture. You will look at the numbers you have been avoiding. You will stop using the phrase around or roughly. You will calculate the exact granular cost of your current reality. If you find a dynamic, a habit, or an attachment that is draining your capital without providing a mathematically proven, positive yield, you will sever it instantly. You do not negotiate with a parasite. You delete the row. Mandate 2. The worship of the boring. Today, you will actively reject any opportunity, idea, or impulse that relies on excitement. Excitement is a red glitch designed to make you ignore the math. If an endeavor is not incredibly boring, highly structured, and entirely predictable, you will not allocate a single drop of your sovereign capital to it. You will worship the heavy, repetitive, unglamorous grind of the spreadsheet. You will find profound, freezing ecstasy in the flawless alignment of your columns. Mandate 3. The surgical quarantine. Someone in your environment is currently living in the chaotic red static of approximation. They will attempt to drag you into their financial or energetic drama today. They will ask you to fund their illusion, either with your physical capital or your emotional bandwidth. You are strictly forbidden from bailing them out. You will observe their chaotic failure from behind your sapphire force field. Let their faulty architecture collapse. You will not risk your geometric perfection to save a structural liability. The audit is complete. The chaotic red glitch of approximation has been purged from your system. Look at the foundation beneath your feet. It is no longer unstable dirt. It is a massive, heavy, flawless matrix of glowing blue data. It is a ledger that cannot be debated, cannot be hacked, and cannot be broken. You have successfully navigated the Venus in Virgo Shockwave. You did not give in to the panic of the aesthetic illusion. You did not bleed your capital to look powerful. You embraced the terrifying boredom of true structural density. The universe respects the sovereign who respects the mathematics. The heavy capital of the matrix will now naturally gravitate toward your foundation because it knows your architecture can support the weight. You are no longer guessing your reality. You are the immutable equation.